As of 2014, there were around 50,000 veterans living in the U.S. without a roof over their heads. As ABC 7's Adam Cellini shows us, today in Manatee County, some of those homeless veterans were given a much-needed helping hand.
For over 4,000 veterans in Florida, the real struggle began when their wars ended.
I just fell through the cracks. Before I knew it, I never thought I'd be homeless, but I was.
Jim Winnie served in the 82nd Airborne during the Vietnam era. But when he got home, alcoholism took away everything he tried to build as a civilian. Florida is one of the top 5 states in the country for homeless veterans. Even those who landed on their feet after serving have a hard time hearing some of the statistics.
It's an embarrassment, and the goal of these Operation Stand Downs that we have across the country to get the numbers down to 0 to where eventually we don't have any.
For years, Bradenton nonprofit Turning Points has teamed up with Operation Stand Down and over 25 other local organizations, providing this annual one-stop shop of hospitality for anyone in need.
It started because there were beginning to be more and more, usually veterans and men that were homeless.
Once a year at Stand Down, you can receive a hot breakfast, clothing, toiletries, and a haircut, not to mention valuable medical checkups, legal consultations, and counseling, all free of charge.
There's not a day that I'm not overwhelmed by the outpouring of the community towards our veterans and the overall population of folks that are truly in need.
Kevin Williams says a California stand down saved his life in 2012.
It helped me to come back on grid and have the kind of life that I'm proud of.
Both Williams and Winnie are now living in shelters and say things are finally looking up.
I'm sober. I got my daughter back in my life. I got, things are happening. I mean, God's just great. That's all I can tell you, really.
While these events can be a major step in the recovery process, Turning Point says there are still 2 huge problems the Suncoast needs to address: the growing number of homeless families and not enough affordable housing for these people to get back on their feet. Reporting in Palmetto, Adam Cellini, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.